और अभी तो 4 साल इनको और जलील होना है मिनिमम।
वंदे मातरम राष्ट्रभक्तों, मैं आपके लिए लेकर आ गया हूँ नेशनलिस्ट इंटेलेक्चुअल आनंद रंगनाथन जी की ठग लाइफ। तो राष्ट्रभक्तों, इस वीडियो को पूरा देखिएगा, इसमें कोई क्लिप मिस मत करिएगा, क्योंकि आनंद रंगनाथन सर ने हर क्लिप में लिब्रांडो गुरु को अच्छी तरीके से धोया है। अगर आप मेरे चैनल पर नए हैं तो मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन भी दबा दें। साथ ही साथ इस वीडियो पर लाइक करना, इस वीडियो पर कमेंट करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। तो बिना किसी देरी के शुरू करते हैं आज का वीडियो। वंदे मातरम और जय श्री राम।
एंटी फार्म बिल protests are anti farmer, period. They are the manifestation of two narratives. One, hatred for Modi and every single scheme he ever comes up with, and two, the age-old battle of communism with capitalism, the battle of delivering a choice versus dictating a command. On one, one just hopes Modi doesn't wake up one fine day and recommend breathing in of clean air, or these dunderheads will pick up axes in their thousands and begin chopping trees. The mind boggles. These reforms are not about PDS or MSP. Stop it. No government in history has provided better MSP than the Modi government. As he just pointed out this evening, UPA bought 1.5 lakh metric ton pulses at MSP. NDA in the same span, 2014 to 19, purchased 76 lakh metric ton at MSP. For oilseeds, UPA 3.6 LMT, NDA 30. Neither are these reforms about forcing farmers away from selling their produce through the existing corrupt system of bicholiyas and sarkari crime counters. Go right ahead and continue if you wish. It is about giving a man a choice. These are reforms promised and advocated by the Congress, and yet again Modi is fulfilling them and taking the brunt, ironically from Congress and its gamcha wearing champagne socialist lapdogs. They want to have a choice provided to them on everything, from phones to cars to tractors they are driving in to block the highways, Mahindra ya SR. But they don't want the poor farmer, exploited since time immemorial by the middlemen and touts and the government, to have a choice on who to sell his produce or who to undertake contract farming with. That incidentally prohibits selling of land. Another fake narrative being peddled. Did you know MSPs are now transferred via DBT, except in Punjab where they go through the middlemen? दलालों को बचाते बचाते खुद दलाल बन गए और किसानों की जिंदगियां तबाह कर दी. But that's what socialism and communism are, Navika. Their single aim is to restrict or remove choices, to force people to follow an anti-Darwinian junk system that has only ever led to death, destruction and misery. Please give me 30 seconds. Navika, for just 5 years in our 70 years independent history, we junked socialism. Who did it? The Congress under P.V. Narasimha Rao. And the results are for all to see in every parameter. The 1991 reforms were all about providing a choice. Ambassador or Toyota, Bajaj or Honda, Doordarshan or Times Now. And we took it with open arms. Imagine if Twitter was available back then, all these Kongi and Komi Chauthi fails would have been trolling Rao. But the truth is, you cannot wake a person pretending to be asleep. It's like me telling Sitaram Yechuri to junk evil communism. Will he listen? There is a reason why the communist symbol is what it is. They want you to keep using those tools. But Indian farmers reject your archaic ideas and reject your archaic tool. Go use them yourself in your dacha.
Fuel to the fire, ain't nobody can stop it. Trouble in my city, but you know I'm across it. Got a 40 on my hip.
Marriage of a Hindu man to a Muslim woman should not be allowed. What happened? You are shocked? You think I'm an Islamophobe for saying it? You want an FIR against me? Well, I have just quoted the order from the Holy Book, chapter 2, verse 221. Do not marry your women to polytheistic men until they believe. आप किस पे FIR करोगे? Or if you condemn this irrefutable, unchangeable order of the holy verse, then say so. I dare you. Better your head on the block than mine. What she said was that the book for India is not Quran or any other religious scripture, but Constitution. Now here is the meta thing. I completely agree with you. But in the Constitution, you have Article 25, which is right to practice your religion. Now, if you have a right to practice your religion that condemns homosexuality, that has a punishment for apostasy, that has a punishment for 100,000 things,
it needs to be called out.
You can say that I have a right. Please, why do you? This is not a TV, this thing, please. And I'm agreeing with most of what you're saying. And please don't bring that victim card now, please. So, all I'm saying is I am in complete consonance with her. I agree with all of her views, except that I'm not a hypocrite and she is. But in particular, when we have Mr. Owaisi, and I hope I won't be interrupted, when we are talking of majoritarianism, how is it that 3 of his legislators were arrested for threatening to behead Taslima Nasreen? How is that not majoritarianism? How is it not majoritarianism when lakhs pour onto the street demanding the beheading of Kamlesh Tiwari because he said something that was egregious. Why is that not majoritarianism? When Mr. Owaisi exhorts, and I quote him, वो जालिम, वो कुत्ता जो उत्तर प्रदेश में बैठकर अल्लाह की शान में गुस्ताखी किया, याद रख, तू आज जेल में है मगर दुनिया तेरे लिए चूहे के बिल की तरह बन जाएगी इंशाअल्लाह. तेरी गुस्ताखी ने तेरी अपनी बर्बादी को दावत दी है. And then a few months later, Kamlesh Tiwari was beheaded. How is this not majoritarianism? And the same gentleman, Mr. Owaisi, who talks about saving the persecuted minorities or persecuted people from Pakistan and Afghanistan and Bangladesh, the persecuted also include Ahmadiyyas. And Mr. Owaisi doesn't consider Ahmadiyyas as Muslims. Yes. How is it that you have one standard for one minority and the other standard for completely other, persecuted people? And Mr. Owaisi exhorts Jai Bhim, Jai Meme. Why is it that when it comes to majoritarianism of the other kind, he is completely silent to more than 50 hate crime Muslim mob attacks on Dalits in the past 1.5 years? Why is it when he talks about Jai Bhim, Jai Meme, he does not even once mention what Dr. Ambedkar said, and I quote, Islam is a closed corporation and the distinction that it makes between Muslims and non-Muslims is a very real, very positive and very alienating distinction. The brotherhood of Islam is not the universal brotherhood of man. It is brotherhood of Muslims for Muslims only. There is a fraternity, but its benefit is confined to those within that corporation. For those who are outside the corporation, there is nothing but contempt and enmity. Come to the other important issue. Even if this wasn't true, it is totally unacceptable and a blatant violation of freedom of expression. General Bakshi is as decorated a gentleman as they come. A war veteran, a speaker, an author of many books on military warfare. On what basis has he been prevented from delivering a lecture in webinar? The same JNU, Rahul, cheered and thumped tables when the murderous dictator and self-confessed Maoist Hugo Chavez came visiting. I don't know whether you remember that or not. Not a dry ice in the house for the tyrant then. It routinely lends an ear to those who call the killing of terrorists as judicial killings, who give space to people who mock and abuse the Supreme Court for ordering a terrorist to the gallows. For these protesters, right to protest is actually right to prevent. And then they call General Bakshi fascist. As their mentor Goebbels said, first rule of propaganda is that you accuse others of what you are guilty of. A place of learning where only one kind of view is welcome is not a university but a conformity. Now one may disagree with the views of General Bakshi. General Bakshi may not expound the views of science on Saraswati, but I don't care. Preventing him only means that you are a fascist. And who do you want in his place? Speakers who eulogize Karl Marx, who was the first one to propound the two-nation theory in his 1853 book, The Eastern Question? Or do you want people who eulogize Mao, who killed 63 million of his own people? Or Che Guevara, who ran concentration camps for gays and executed political prisoners at will? Or Stalin, who ran gulags and killed millions? Or closer to home, the CPI founder Dange, who wrote 2 groveling mercy petitions to the British to let him out of jail? Or EMS Namboodiripad, who said, and I quote, "We will wreck Ambedkar's constitution from within." So who are your heroes? I think, Rahul, finally the time has come that JNU should set up multiple NDA schools and centers and hostels inside the campus to accommodate at least 1,000 military students every year. Let them be taught here. Let other students learn from these young Jawans. Believe me, within a year, forget politics and hooliganism and fascism. The delinquents will be singing Manoj Kumar songs instead of Afzal Am Sharminda and Azadiyas.
Giving out of photographs is it being a Hindu or is it gimmickry? Respond to him, Dr. Anand Ranganathan.
Navika, it appears the Congress and common sense got separated in a Kumbh Mela. And it is impossible to reunite them now because only one of them has an identifying mole. I mean, the mind boggles at their drawing an equivalence between funding madrasas and Kumbh. Do they even realize the enormity of their illogic and ignorance? Let me explain. 200 million people visited the last Kumbh. That's the entire population of Brazil visiting a tiny river bank in the space of 2 months. Now, can Brazil run without the means to manage it? UP government spent 4,200 crores on the event, on police, security, crowd control, law and order, habitation, infrastructure for these 200 million people. In return, Kumbh generated 1.2 lakh crore revenue, created 6 lakh jobs. Irrespective of the fact that government spend money and resources on all religious and community festivals and gatherings, including, by the way, the yearly Tablighi Ijtima gatherings attending by tens of millions of Muslims, the money spent by the government on Kumbh is a pittance. I repeat, pittance compared to the billions it leeches off through the control of 104,000 Hindu temples. Governments of just 5 southern states control 90,700 temples. Tamil Nadu state government alone controls 36,425 temples and 56 mosques. Billions in revenue. Is this secularism? Return this money before you outrage on the government spending money on providing security and infra for Hindu festivals. Please 30 seconds. Please 30 seconds, Navika. Stop interrupting me, Abbas.
1 minute. Have some patience. रुक जाइए. स्पीड ब्रेकर है. रुक जाइए. आनंद बोल रहे हैं.
Thank you, Navika. Just 30 seconds. A Hindu temple, its income, its educational institutions are controlled by and interfered in by the government. But those of a mosque, a church or a gurdwara are not. Why? Ye secularism hai. A petition to free Hindu temples is pending in the Supreme Court since 2012. They can allow midnight hearings for terror accused, but not here. Meanwhile, the shameless BJP, far from relinquishing state control of temples, has now taken control of even more Hindu temples in Uttarakhand. And as far as the state-running madrasas or the religious schools is concerned, that is what is not secularism. Stopping this is a step towards promoting inclusivity among the minority community, otherwise fed on notions of religious supremacy. It should be welcomed by all Indians if you are truly secular. But are you? Or are you communal, a bigot like Abbas? And the step towards true secularism and not the sham variety this country has been practicing on the back of our pseudo-secular constitution. So I congratulate Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma. The state has no business running religious schools. Secularism is total separation of religion and state. Our constitution is plural, not secular. There are half a dozen articles and amendments and directive principles in our constitution that make it plural, not secular. In fact, the word secular, as you know, was inserted in our preamble by Indira Gandhi during the emergency. It was absent from Ambedkar's constitution. And it is this pseudo-secularism that has allowed the state to control Hindu temples and run madrasas. In fact, it astonishes me that Assam was running 614 madrasas whose primary job was to impart Islamic education and Sharia diktats. All these schools will now be converted into regular schools. So the pupils will have a choice to either continue there and receive non-religious education like other children, or leave and join private madrasas, to which no one should have any objection, as practicing and imparting religious teachings is a constitutional right. This is a step, Rahul, towards promoting inclusivity among the minority community and should be welcomed by all Indians. After all, if the children were being taught verses like, do not marry your women to polytheist men unless they believe in Islam 2:221, or there is no deity except Allah 40:62, or those who deny the Quran, their necks will be shackled and they'll be dragged in boiling water and in fire filled 40:70-72, or those who disbelieve in our verses, we will drive them into a fire 456, or polytheists are the worst of creatures 98:6. If the children were being taught all this, I hope you can see the irony that here is a state accused of being a Hindu Rashtra by Muslims, teaching Muslims that Hindus are the worst of creatures and do not marry Hindus unless they convert. Well, good luck to promoting inclusivity. And finally, madrasas are the hotbed for terrorism. Who said this? Not a Hindu, but a Muslim, Parvez Musharraf.
राष्ट्रभक्तों, मुझको उम्मीद है कि आपको मेरा वीडियो बहुत पसंद आया होगा। अगर आपने आनंद रंगनाथन ठग लाइफ पार्ट 1 नहीं देखा है अभी भी, तो उस वीडियो को भी जरूर देखिए, वो भी बहुत बढ़िया है। उस वीडियो का लिंक आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएगा और ऊपर आई बटन में भी आपको उस वीडियो का लिंक मिल जाएगा, तो उस वीडियो को भी देखना ना भूलें। साथ ही साथ इस चैनल पर मैंने बहुत सारे वीडियोज़ अपलोड किए हैं, जिसमें कि डेली डोज ऑफ नेशनलिज्म सीरीज़ के 7 पार्ट, नेशनलिस्ट वर्सेस सूडो लिब्रांडूस के 3 पार्ट, श्री नरेंद्र मोदी और श्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी की ठग लाइफ, श्री अजीत डोवल जी की ठग लाइफ, जय साई दीपक की ठग लाइफ, और साथ ही साथ लिब्रांडूस बर्नॉल मूवमेंट भी एक बहुत बढ़िया वीडियो है जिसको लोगों ने काफ़ी पसंद किया है। तो आप इन वीडियोस को भी चेकआउट करिए। सारे वीडियोस के लिंक आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएंगे, ऊपर आई बटन में भी आपको उनके लिंक मिल जाएंगे, तो इन वीडियोस को भी देखना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। ऐसे अपना प्यारा सपोर्ट बनाए रखिए। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए वंदे मातरम और जय श्री राम।